There is a lot going on, but did you know that the ex-president has criminal legal exposure in Georgia, with reports it's getting worse? The Daily Beast says there are 2 grand juries impaneled in that probe about whether Donald Trump broke the law to try to hold on to power after losing the 2020 race. Subpoenas are expected. Meanwhile, a company that's already sued several high-profile Trump associates over false voting claims says it could sue Trump.
Will the former president be sued next by Dominion?
We have not ruled out any potential defendants who participated in this defamation campaign.
They haven't ruled it out. And meanwhile, Georgia Republicans are still using fraud as one of the reasons they want to pass that crackdown on voting rights. The NAACP taking them to court over that. Activists also calling for new boycotts on Georgia companies that they say are basically acquiescing to this crackdown. That would include, in their view, Delta Airlines, the CEO even praising some parts of that new bill. We're joined by Neil Katyal, a former acting Solicitor General of the United States. Your view on whether Donald Trump really has a criminal legal problem in Georgia, and what does it mean when we hear reports of 2 grand juries?
He certainly is looking at criminal exposure, Ari. I mean, at this point, Donald Trump is the only president to have more open grand juries than election wins. And these grand juries are significant. That's a very serious prosecutorial step, as the Supreme Court has said. And it looks like, according to the news reports, that they're on the verge of using their inquisitive powers to subpoena, that is, get documents from the president. I mean, one question I have, Ari, is why are there 2 grand juries investigating this? What is the breakdown between them? Normally, you would just have one. So I think there's a lot of unanswered questions. But if you're Donald Trump right now, it's not looking good.
Yeah, you're saying that it is a little bit legally unusual. So you're wondering why. We were wondering why. That's why we asked you, Neil Katyal. But sometimes the answers aren't immediately availing until we learn more of what is generally a pretty secretive process. I want to read a little more from the Daily Beast article. It says prosecutors are eyeing false statement charges. The Fulton DA's team zeroing in on claims Giuliani made to Georgia state legislators and Trump's numerous erroneous assertions, for example, to the Secretary of State there, who, by the way, Republicans are now trying to politically punish and attack, all for simply doing his job in a fair way. The Giuliani part is interesting because, as you know, Neil, there's a lot of latitude for people to say things in public forums. What they seem to be getting at is that Donald Trump's demands that his representatives go into government forums, for example. Giuliani testified to government officials forums and other such bodies in more than one state. That may actually be his undoing. Can you explain what that legal theory means?
Yeah, so I think that the criminal case in the investigation starts with the audio tape of Donald Trump saying, find me 11,000 votes and things like that. And then you have the separate piece that the Daily Beast is reporting that Giuliani himself may have been part of the scheme, which is why that article says they're looking at conspiracy charges and presumably conspiracy between Giuliani, Trump, and others. Now, Giuliani will say, I was acting as a lawyer and blah, blah, blah. But, lawyers don't have there's a crime fraud exception. Lawyers don't have the ability to commit crimes on behalf of their clients or conspire to commit them.
Hey, I'm Ari Melber from MSNBC. You can see more of our videos right here, or better yet, subscribe to our YouTube channel below. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that.